Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Ryan.
I met a young girl named Grace Bowen, and her parents are there today, Greg and Andrea, and I really, she changed my life, really. I'd met Grace backstage with Haley Wickenheiser. I was just really taken by Grace. Her name kind of said it all. Grace at some point came up and gave me a hug or something. I forget exactly what it was. But I just remember looking at this little girl who's going through so much, and her parents, who, but yet she's going through so much, yet she has this sort of sense of calm and this sense of well-being. And just from the moment I met her that night, I said, I'm never, as long as I live, if I have a free moment for any kid who's carrying a bag of rocks around like that, or their parents, I will make time for them. I was talking to Greg the other day, and that's how we got in touch with Brian. And he mentioned the Pond Arena, where Sick Kids has just had their 150th birthday, which we think is kind of beautiful timing for something like this. And that was Grace's temple. That was her church. That was her everything. Hockey was her life. And I thought, he said the Pond Arena, and I thought the Pond Arena is a very lovely, serene name for a place, but I sort of made a joke. Shouldn't it be the Grace Bowen Arena? I was just kidding. And then like most things in my life that turn into something else, I had a sober second thought, to quote your Canadian Parliament, and thought, well, maybe that's possible. I mean, unless it's named after somebody who's actually named Pond, which I don't know, maybe it is. It sounds like it would be pretty beautiful if we were able to rename the arena, the Grace Bowen Arena, or the Grace Bowen Memorial Arena. I think just Grace Bowen Arena, but whatever you think. And that's my case. I'm sticking to it. That's my case.
She was diagnosed in 2014 with osteosarcoma, which is the same cancer that Terry Fox had. But her journey and the way she handled herself through her treatments, the way she cared about others at the hospital, and we would wait in the waiting room on the 8th floor of the Sears Cancer Clinic at Sick Kids, and the only thing she could think about was the other new families walking in. She could pick them out in an instant, and her concern for others was unmatched for a 9-year-old little girl. As parents of someone that has lost a child, I think I can speak for everyone in our shoes. The biggest fear is you'll never hear someone else say their name again. Truly. But Grace was a staple in our community. She loved everything she did. She did everything that she did with passion, and we often can only describe her in our household as relentless. And whether it was learning to tie her shoes or taking her first strides on the pond, she was absolutely relentless with everything she did. You spent a couple minutes at the pond and saw her 150th Sick Kids recognition. The hospital and the foundation has chosen 150 significant moments throughout their 150 years, and Grace meeting Ryan and Haley in 2014 was hugely impactful for the hospital. Our own little foundation that we have as a family and as a community, believe it or not, has raised about $400,000 for our own research for metastases and pediatric cancer.
Her short life, have improved the lives of, I think it's safe to say, thousands of children. And she was a very special individual, and I thank you for allowing us to share a bit of her story.
All in favor? 100% carried.